Hi there, gorgeous. How are you? Good. Well, I'm Tessa. It's lovely to meet you. Yeah. Well, congratulations on your amazing and successful audition for the Sleeping Beauty Ballet. Are you excited? Yeah. Wonderful. Is this your first audition, or was this your first audition, or have you kind of been in the scene for a little bit? Okay, all right, so you're a seasoned pro. Yeah. Well, still, congratulations on making the cast. I'm so excited to be working with you and the rest of the cast for the duration of the show. Do you know why you're here today? Okay, absolutely no worries. That's why I'm here, so you can just relax, okay? So like I said, my name is Tessa, and I am the head seamstress for the Sleeping Beauty Ballet. Yeah, so of course I'm going to be taking some measurements for your amazing costume today. Sound good? Yeah. Have you ever seen Sleeping Beauty or been in the ballet? So no, not particularly Sleeping Beauty. Okay. Yeah, well, have you ever seen the Disney movie? The story is a little bit different. It's a little bit different than the Disney animation version. It's quite lengthier than that. There's some different elements added in. But they told me that the role that you got is the Lilac Fairy. Is that correct? And that's an absolutely incredible role. You should be very honored and excited to have that. Absolutely. So, of course, the Lilac Fairy really isn't in the animated version, but she is a very critical part of the ballet cast. Absolutely. So why don't I just go ahead and show you a little picture of kind of the inspiration of your costume. Of course, me and my team, we're going to be making all of these costumes for you guys by hand, completely new, from scratch. So we have our work cut out for us for the shows only being a month and a few days away now. Yeah, it's going to be crazy, but it's going to be amazing. Yeah. So let me show you this costume right here. This is the inspiration. So this is what we're looking at. Isn't it just beautiful? Yeah. So it has, of course, lots of lilac inspiration, but the dimensions and almost the ombre and the tutu is just so beautiful. And of course, we're gonna have this really ornate bust right here. And I think it would be really beautiful to have these little puff sleeves on the side. They're very romantic era, very beautiful. Sleeping Beauty is very elegant ballet, but also very vibrant colors. So this is really the best of both worlds. And then they have this flower crown on, but I think you might have actually more of a crown than this. Yeah, that'd be really beautiful. So that's kind of the inspiration there. Now I want to not forewarn you, but I just want to inform you, let's say, that if you have any issues with your costume, I would much rather you come to me directly. Of course, my team will be around all during rehearsals and tech week, theater week, shows, if you need anything. Okay, but if you have anything that's going on with your specific costume, your headpiece, that was done by me, and I will know how to fix it the quickest if you come back to me. Does that make sense? Yeah. Of course, any team member would be able to handle it, but we want to make this process as efficient as possible for all of the team members. Yeah, I appreciate your understanding. So, the game plan for today, right now, nothing too crazy, is I have my tape measure here. Okay. So I'm going to take lots of measurements because I've never seen you before. I don't have anything on record or on file from you. Okay. So I'm gonna have those. And afterwards, I have kind of a very rough schedule of what your rehearsals and your performances are gonna look like. The director asked my team and I to kind of speak to you guys as you're coming in for your fittings, or not your fittings per se, but your measurements, to just kind of let you know how things are going to go, so that when you start your rehearsals on Tuesday, you already have a wonderful draft of everything that's going to happen. Would that make you feel more comfortable? For sure. I'm definitely the same way. I like to just have a rough draft of what's gonna happen, especially because it's going to happen so quickly for a ballet that is packed with so much stuff. Yeah. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and start with measuring, if that's all right with you. You came very well prepared. You've got nice fitted tank top on, no excessive jewelry, leggings, beautiful. Your hair is pulled back, which is great. Perfect. Clearly you've done this before. Yeah. Okay, well, are you comfortable? Okay, wonderful. So just hang tight and I will try to go as fast as possible and get these measurements done. Okay. I'm just gonna take some notes on my computer as well, right? Hard to keep all those numbers in your head. So we're gonna start at your head. Just start here at your head, and we're going to measure all the way around. Okay. Okay. And I'm just gonna go down here, the top all the way down, just the top, just next few measurements may be a little bit more sensitive, okay? So you're just gonna let me know if you are uncomfortable at any point, all right? And we can stop, we can take a break, we can readjust how we do the measurements, okay? But I do need to take some measurements of your chest, of the circumference of your chest, of your waist, as well as your hips, and then your girth, okay? Are those all right? Okay, perfect. And again, you just let me know if anything just gets too uncomfortable for you, okay? All right, so first is gonna be across the chest. Let's see, across. Okay. Okay. And now I'm gonna go around your chest, so I'm just gonna go up and over, up and over, up and over, joining them together. Okay. Perfect. Okay. Just bring that around. Great. Okay. Next one is gonna be your waist. So I'm gonna just thread this around the back of you, and then bringing it around to the front, checking. Okay. Still doing all right? Okay, good. Almost done. Next one is your hips. So a little bit lower, right on the hips. I know this one feels pretty funky. It's a very odd position, right? Not a lot of people wear their jeans on their hips anymore. Okay. Great. Okay, and your girth. So this one is measuring the length of your torso, so I'm going to have to put the tape measure between your legs, okay? So you can stand a little bit of a wider stance, put those legs apart, and you're going to put your arms straight out to the side like an airplane. Perfect, thank you, hon. So we're just going to go under here, and up, 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 up. And then up and over the top here. Okay, perfect. Okay, great. Let me just double check and make sure I have everything. So we did our head here, shoulder to shoulder. Okay, I think I am good with those measurements, so you can relax. Yeah, just stand in a comfortable stance for me. So, did they kind of brief you on anything in regards to your rehearsal schedule? Okay. Not really. That's okay. No worries. All right, so I have some dates and things right here. Everything should be pretty set in stone in regards as to performance times, rehearsal times. They're really going to try not to add anything extra because they, really want to respect your time. Yeah, for sure. So, you of course are the Lilac Fairy. It is one of the most notable characters in the history of ballet, in my opinion. Absolutely. So it is such an honor to have that role, and I'm so excited to see you do it. Rehearsals run Tuesday through Saturday, okay? 10 a.m. to 3 p.m., all right? Yes, you get Sunday off and you get Monday off as well, which I used to have a very similar schedule when I danced. And it's just so nice to be able to do like groceries and household things and errands when everybody else is typically at work. It's a nice schedule. It should be really nice. Let me prop my computer up here a little bit more. Okay, so your class, your technique class to warm up for the day is going to be with the entire cast, and that is going to be from 10 a.m. to 11:15. Then you're going to have a 15-minute break, grab a snack, do some stretching over class, whatever you like. And then at 11:30, you're going to have group rehearsal, okay? So this is going to be like big dancing numbers in Act 1 with the other fairies. You guys will all have a huge scene together. or maybe some pas de deux work with the prince and Aurora in the later acts. So just anything in that kind of realm that you are needed for. So that's 11:30 to 1, okay? And then from 1 to 1:30, you're going to have a lunch break, a nice little lunch break. Of course, 30 minutes. You know, it's fairly quick, so bring something light that you can digest very easily and be ready for rehearsals immediately afterwards. There are some cute little cafes and eateries next door to the studio, so should be quite easy to get something. Then at 1:30 to 2:30, you're going to have your variation rehearsal. Personally, for the Lilac Fairy, you will be the only one in the room, okay? So, do you know what a variation is? Okay, yeah, you're a pro, that's right, I forgot. Yeah, so variation just means basically like a solo in the ballet world, but it is not just something that is created out of thin air, really. It is coming from a ballet, something that's been set for many, many years. It's a piece of repertoire, and depending on the dancer's ability, you can kind of modify it to your skills, your level. So it is really a very private, personal growth journey when you're given a variation to work on. Yeah, and the Lilac Fairy has, again, one of the most iconic, I think, variations in the dance world, for sure. So you get a whole hour with the ballet mistress on that, and you will have that every single day, unless something really dramatic changes, but it is something that definitely needs to be really finessed. Yeah, so you'll have lots of time for that. And then immediately following, 2:30 to 3 p.m., that's going to kind of be any additional scenes. The rehearsal directors kind of block that out. If they need you for any character scenes with Caraboss, scenes with, again, Aurora, the prince, more character development, things where you're maybe like walking around posing and doing a little bit of dancing, but not too much. So again, those dance heavy scenes will be earlier in the day, but the character scenes will be a little bit later in the day, so your feet can have a bit of a rest after being worked out all day. I'm sure you'll be grateful for that. Okay, so that's kind of the gist of the rehearsal schedule. Again, that's every single day, Tuesday through Saturday. Your rehearsals are going to be for a month long, so you are going to start next Tuesday, April the 1st. No, that is not an April Fool's joke. You do have rehearsal. And they will conclude on Saturday, April 26th. So you have rehearsals up until the 26th, okay? Okay. And then the following week, on April 29th and 30th, will be your theater week. So you'll have one full day of tech rehearsal, where the stage crew and the production crew are going to be learning their cues for lights, for music, for prop management, for curtains, everything of the sort. You're going to learn how to kind of rotate and move around backstage so that there's no, as we call, traffic jams happening, so everybody knows where they're going and when. It's a very, very important day. And again, schedule on that is kind of TBT. They haven't really confirmed call times or anything like that, so I don't have that for you today, okay? Yeah, but again, I'm just kind of giving you the gist today. And then the following day, on April 30th, is going to be dress rehearsal. Okay, so again, kind of all the same things happening, but you will be in full dress. You'll have your beautiful tutu. You'll have your full makeup on, your tiara, everything like that. The tech day, the day beforehand, is a little bit more stop and start. The tech crew is kind of learning what's going on. And then on the 30th, when you have dress rehearsal, they're going to run it like a full show with no stops to kind of see where anything needs a little bit additional assistance before show day, okay? Yes, that one's going to feel more like a show. They might also be inviting sponsors or patrons in for that one. It's like a kind of a sneak peek. Yeah, that's always fun too. No pressure. Okay, and then your shows start on May 1st, and that's the Thursday evening, and the show is going to be at 7 p.m. and this is a sensory friendly show. Have you ever done one of these before? No, it's okay. It's such a fun experience. So sensory friendly means that we are going to, well, not me personally, but the production crew is going to be modifying the performance ever so slightly to accommodate people that may be, when they come to the show, the lights and the music maybe a little bit too stimulating for them. So the lights aren't going to be all the way down in the house. They're going to be brought up a little bit. The lighting effects and the music are not going to be as dramatic as they usually are. Yeah, so just some little modifications. You might not use all your props if they make like a lot of loud sounds. So we're just going to modify it a little bit so that everybody can come and enjoy the ballet. It's truly a wonderful experience. It really is lovely. And then on Friday evening, May 2nd, you'll have an evening performance at 7:30 p.m. as normal. On May 3rd, you have a double show day. So this is the Saturday. You have a matinee at 2 p.m. and an evening show at 7:30 p.m. Then the following day on May 4th, you again have a matinee at 2 p.m. following an evening performance at 7 p.m. So the times changes ever so slightly, which again, of course, you'll get all of your call times and everything like that much closer to the day of. All right, does all of that kind of make sense? Yeah, for sure. Okay, good. Now, just as a heads up, they have informed me that 45 minutes prior to the show, they will be selecting people kind of on a rotating basis, dancers from the cast, to go out to the lobby 45 minutes before the show starts to take pictures with the guests. It's so much fun. And you will be in full costume, full hair, full makeup, full point shoes, because it's 45 minutes to curtain, right? So you'll go out there and you'll take pictures in front of this beautiful Sleeping Beauty backdrop that we'll have out there for you. You'll take pictures for about 30 minutes, and then 15 minutes prior to curtain, you'll be able to come on backstage and get ready to go. Yeah, it's such an exciting time. The kids are always so excited to see you in your beautiful costume, and I'm so excited to showcase my team's work on all of the dancers in the cast. I know, it's gonna be beautiful. I'm very excited. Okay. All right. So any kind of questions about that? Awesome. Well, I have all of your measurements. That's going directly into your file, and I will probably have your costume ready for you. I'm hoping at the 3-week mark, so that you'll have an additional week of rehearsals where I can bring it to you and we can try it on and we can see any necessary adjustments that need to be made, and I can have that modified and ready to go by theater week for you. Yes, it's going to be absolutely amazing. If you have any questions, again, my name is Tessa. I'm the head seamstress. And of course, if you talk to any of my team about anything, they will get back to me as well. It'll all go through a nice channel. Well, I'm so excited to see the final show, and maybe they'll let us kind of peep in during rehearsal a little bit, see how it's going. But I'm so excited for you, and I hope you have an absolutely wonderful time doing this show. Absolutely. It was wonderful to meet you. All right. Have a great rest of your day. Bye, gorgeous.